Right now, the first groups of potential jurors are being questioned in Brunswick as three men stand trial in the death of Ahmaud Arbery. Arbery was 25 years old when he was shot and killed jogging in a South Georgia neighborhood in February of last year. The three men are accused of chasing him down in their trucks. The case has drawn national attention, with Arbery's family stating they believe he was targeted because he was black.
And it is that attention that could make it challenging to seat an impartial jury with 1,000 people called to be potential jurors. Joe Ripley has been following the latest developments for us all day long. Joe, what have you learned?
Yeah, good evening to you both. Among the potential jurors questioned today, a felon, two people who had bad experiences with law enforcement, but nobody who actually knew Ahmaud Arbery personally. In total, 1,000 people were summoned. As you said, 600 came today, and they are questioned in panels of 20, then individually questioned. The goal is to narrow it down to 12 jurors and 4 alternates.
35.
Each potential juror will be asked a long list of questions, whether they've heard of the case involving the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, whether they know Arbery, his family, or the defendants, Gregory McMichael, his son Travis, and their neighbor, William Roddy Bryan. The judge decided to throw out certain proposed questions, including if jurors thought the media had been fair in covering the case, if they believed an unarmed person should be shot under any circumstances, and if anyone who is against Black Lives Matter is a racist.
We don't believe this is a case about race.
The court is going to permit some of these other questions that touches upon race, but again, I don't want to spend 10, 12 questions dealing on that issue.
On day one, the defense brought up potential concerns over the reputation and safety of the jurors, defendants, and themselves throughout the trial.
If we do acquit these defendants, our own safety may be at risk, the safety of our family, our reputation, our livelihood, our business. All of those could be legitimate concerns.
It affects everybody in this room. It affects the defendants. It affects the families. So that's why I'm not going to permit it, because as far as a hardship and whether somebody should be struck for a cause, that's not going to be relevant to the court.
The judge did allow a question tied to Gregory McMichael's license plate bearing the emblem of a Confederate flag. Jurors would be asked, do you think the Confederate flag is a racist symbol? The defense is asking that the license plate be left out of evidence altogether during the trial. The judge also allowing a question on whether mental health professionals could find an illness in just about anyone, with the defense believing Arbery was mentally ill the day he died, with some of the defense worried about the term death penalty, which is currently not at play in this trial. The prosecution argued the term would not sway jurors.
The idea that saying the words death penalty is somehow going to trigger a whole bunch of stuff in their heads, well, reading a murder indictment is also going to trigger a number of things in their heads as well.
So the judge has yet to rule on a couple of items. First, the prosecution's motion to leave out details of THC being in Arbery's bloodstream at the time he was killed. And then the defense's motion to mention that Arbery was on felony probation, which the defense thinks is critical to the old citizens arrest statute here in Georgia.